John Harbaugh just wrapped up his introductory press conference as next head football coach of the New York Football Giants, as he put it. Giants legend Howard Cross here, B. London. You've been through a couple of these. Sadly, too many over the course of the last, decade or so. I guess give us your thoughts on John Harbaugh, your first impression of him as the Giants' new head coach.
Well, he said a lot of things, more old school football kind of things. So he's talking about ball all the time, and I really enjoyed that. I thought that he said that, hey, if you don't like ball, you won't be here. I like that. I think that seems to be the right attitude to have, that attitude that we had when we played. So you hear guys saying stuff like that and being excited about it, and everybody being excited about the same thing. I like the unity of it.
And you can tell the players love the old school aspect of it. And I think that people get a little, not confused, a little misconstrued, thinking that the new age players don't want to be coached. They want to win. And if discipline and hard work comes with it, tough but fair is what I've heard has been his message. But do you feel as though that old school message could maybe not land or not be received the way that it should be, especially with the 63-year-old coach?
Yeah, I think it was going to be received well. I think he said it right out loud. I think when people hear that, hey, it's about ball. If you're not about ball, you won't be here. You can go play somewhere else. And he's always talking about live every day to the fullest. Like that, it's pretty exciting as well. I think that sometimes when you play, you kind of get lost in the whatever's happening, what's going on. But if you're living every day to the fullest, you can't get lost. And I like that.
You talk about a guy who loves ball. He was asked about Jackson Dart, and that's something that stood out to him. He was like, the kid wants to talk football all the time. Do you feel like this could be a championship match in a John Harbaugh and a Jackson Dart?
I think it could be a championship match. I think the attitude is right. I think that what his words are, or if everybody falls through on his words, I think it's going to be right. I haven't heard a coach come in the last few coaches that had that same kind of message. That right there made me feel a lot better. He's going to do a good job. I'm impressed.
And when he was asked about the coordinators, or whether he's going to retain some of the coaches from this coaching staff, he mentioned those conversations or meetings are going to start on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. He mentioned kind of getting some of the talking to some of the coaches that have already been here, maybe some of the guys at Baltimore, but looking around, who, in your eyes, what type of coordinators, both offensively and defensively, you feel as though could step in and get the most out of this roster and this team right away?
Well, somebody who knows and understands how to get the best out of Jackson is going to be the guy that, I don't know who that's going to be exactly, but I know that's going to be the best thing for him. I think you got to be able to keep the continuity of the run game going. I thought that the offensive line played a lot better this year than they played in a long time, and I think that right there is like the backbone of the entire team. If they can get those guys to play well, that's going to be great. From a defensive standpoint, he's got to find a guy or understand a guy that can stop the run. We got a lot of great pass rushers on the team. We got a lot of guys that can get to the quarterback, but you got to earn that right. If he can find a way to get those guys in some configuration and understanding and have them stop the run, then everything's going to go exactly the way he wants it to go.
On the offensive line part of it, he had mentioned that his dad had called him 3 days into the coaching search and told him to make sure to look at the Giants film on how the offensive line was firing off the ball. On the defensive side of things, he was talking about challenging his defense to run to the football and not kind of wait to see if someone else is going to make the tackle, get there, make violent decisions when he gets there. Again, you've been to a lot of these press conferences. I believe this is 5, head coach number 5. What did you think, first impression-wise? How did he handle the media? How did he conduct himself on the podium?
I thought he was very easy to talk to. I thought he did a great job with the media. Love the fact he kept references his dad as an old coach. You know, that's kind of fun and cool. I like that he referenced the players that were here and acknowledged them, acknowledged their ownership, told them that how they're all going to work together, especially Joe, and how Joe's going to be involved with it. I think that's, we heard a lot of stuff about, well, he didn't want to be involved with a situation where he had to report to the GM, but now he's talking about how they're going to work together and how they're going to collaborate. So I like that so it's a happy home, so happy ball can be played.
Were you surprised he didn't duck the questions about what his working relationship is going to be like with Joe Shanahan?
He's been in the business a long time. He's not going to duck any questions. It's pretty funny because everybody says how New York media is, and if you can handle it, I think he'll be okay with it.
All in all, it's a new day.
It's a new day.
Positive day for the Giants Nation.
Let's go.